in Australia, and I generally will still use merchant words in the main. It really depends on the category. I think merchant words, if there's been good traction in the US, generally there's good traction in Australia. Google Trends is another one that I think people often forget. You can identify the trend in Australia and also over a period of time. I always start with looking globally first. So say we are looking for, somebody type into the questions a product, and we'll do a bit of research. Oops, I'm going to be typing on the right screen. So, and you probably all use Google Trends, maybe, if you've been doing this for a while, some time back, but you might have forgotten about it. And I think it's a fantastic tool. I always will search by, look at the 5-year trend to start, and always at a worldwide level first. And, the thing you don't want to see is obviously a decline, a sharp decline. 100 doesn't, the numbers on the side don't mean anything. So it just means that over this 5-year period, the 2 times that it was searched for, the most that it was ever searched for was here and here. And so obviously this is a down, a period of low search volume, and also shows you interest by region. So if you're not set on a market and you found an amazing garlic press that's got a real point of difference, and you can understand why customers would buy that over any other garlic press on the market, but you're not sure, you haven't even decided on where to sell it, well, I would suggest probably, the Philippines, funnily enough. That's a bit interesting, isn't it? But the US would be a good market to sell it in, providing obviously there's not a huge amount of competition. Reasonable volume in Australia as well. And the other thing that it helps with is differentiating the product. So sometimes they'll have here it gives you ideas of what is Dream Farm garlic. There's a good amount of search volume on that. So I would go and Google that brand to find out what's so great about theirs, because there's people Googling it left, right and centre. This is also a great tool for once you've got your listing up to go in and find the queries. You could quite easily use this as a search term in your Google Ads, Best Garlic Press 2015, and link through to your listing, because there's a good number of searches on it, of Google queries. So that's Google Trends, and then I will narrow it down to Australia. And sometimes you'll see a huge increase in, where are we? Yeah. In search volume for something in Australia. Sometimes it might be flatline. Sometimes there might not be enough data to really, to give you any idea, which means that there's probably not a huge search volume. Just remember with Google, this data is, what's coming out of this Google search bar, which means that the intention to buy for that search term is not huge. I mean, it's not as high as, say, if they're searching in the Amazon search bar, which is a place where they go to buy things. Google can be just a research platform. It's not necessarily not necessarily a place to go and buy. So you don't want to see flatline. This is not an amazing. It's not a huge increase. It's just, okay, well, that hasn't really given me much. I'll move on. So the other one I use, I mentioned merchant words. eBay, obviously, is the other one to determine. And if you can get a Terapeak membership, I don't have one at the moment. I sort of go in and out of Terapeak memberships. Sue Josephson will be able to give us some insight on garlic press in particular, but Terapeak, I think, is it $40 a month, Sue? Something like that. And as sort of Kate will touch on later with regards to budget and what to buy and what not to buy, you sort of have to draw the line at some point with your subscriptions. You can spend a lot of money on all sorts of, fandangled tools, but you have to keep your budget in check. So when you are doing product research, I do recommend Terapeak as being an amazing tool for the Australian market. Kate, do you currently have a subscription to Terapeak?
I drop in and out of it.
Yeah, so you're the same as me, yeah. You get a free trial. So go in, and I've used my free trial up numerous times with numerous different email addresses. So go in and trial it. It's got some fantastic data. It really does. So I guess, and the other one is Google AdWords, which I'm going to touch on a bit more when we get to the marketing, and I'll show you how to do some product research in there because I've got to log into my account. So I hope that helps a little bit. I think the Australian, and actually there's a number of questions that have come up about this. The Australian market, there's not a huge amount of sales on there at this point in time. But it's only a matter of time, and Amazon actually haven't really started doing a big push themselves yet. And I think it's because it's not, it's still in its infancy stage. If you go to the Amazon, where are we? Yeah. Even when you go back to the homepage, you'll see that they don't even have the reviews pulling through yet. We'll just pick, we'll go into any old category we'll do. What do we want to do? Just skincare. So on this page, the star ratings aren't pulling through. It looks like nobody's got star reviews. They do. They just, well, if they do, they're on. You click through onto their listing and they'll be on there. And they obviously don't have the promotions set up yet. So you can't really run advertising to listings yet. And it's all really hinging on Prime opening up. So we've got FBA open, but Prime is sort of rumoured to be opening in, I think they're saying May, June, Kate? Is that what you'd heard?
It was July, I thought.
Yeah, okay. And I think once...
I know they're still advertising for a boss of Prime, so, there's a couple of months.
So I think once Prime opens up, that's the real clincher, I think, for why Amazon's become such a customer-centric platform, because they give this amazing offer to customers, free shipping within 2 days, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they'll start to do the push. So I've had a number of questions about, is it selling on eBay as well as selling on Amazon in Australia, concerns about going to, should I go to the US in the absence of, huge sales on Amazon Australia? I mean, you can go to the US as well, and that's something I'll talk about in a minute. But, the thing with, and I'll just touch on it briefly now, the thing with marketing, with selling in Australia is, Australians aren't familiar with this platform yet, so it will take a while. So eBay is a must, in my opinion, depending on what you're selling, but I can't think of many products that wouldn't sell well on eBay. And I think my personal experience with selling, I currently sell through my own website, in Australia, well, through my own website globally, eBay Australia, Amazon Australia, and Amazon US. And I'm a bit of an anal tracker when it comes, I have to know what people are doing, and I know that, people visit my website and they buy. People are hitting my Amazon listing, and there's a reasonable departure at this point in time. And I think it's because some people don't have accounts yet, and it's all a bit hard. Whereas they go to eBay. eBay is probably my best conversion platform of anywhere, because they go there. And the US Amazon's good because they go there and they know it. They know exactly what to do. Their credit card details are saved, and it's a really simple process for them. So it'll come, but I just think it's worthwhile being in numerous places. And one of the other things I keep talking about when I'm going to talk about it, but is also looking at other third-party sites where you can sell your goods.
Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.